Folks, it is getting increasingly confusing. Hey, what has now happened is that the ODM party has come out and actually accused the press of misquoting them. They have said categorically they did not ask the president to name his successor. They didn't. There was nothing like that. This was an invention of the press. And as if that was not enough, Kanze Dena, the State House spokesperson, also came out and said that people are misinterpreting what the president said in Gikuyu and what we all heard very clearly. Yeah, those of us who understand the Gikuyu language. She's telling us we were hearing our own things. Yeah. Kanze emphasized that there are no issues, actually, absolutely no issues between the president and his deputy. In fact, she says, they have done projects together. Things are okay. Yeah, some people seem to be imagining things, of course, including Kumekucha. So what's really going on here? You know, this fascinating, very fascinating drama reminds me of my school days. Late primary school. Yeah. What would happen is that you would get into a very serious fight with another boy. And then, out of nowhere, a teacher would appear. Boys, are you fighting? Guess what we'd do? We would try and straighten our ties, straighten our shirts and say, no, sir, we're just playing. There is absolutely nothing like a fight going on here. And of course, the teacher would have their doubts. But with none of the parties confessing that a fight was going on, there was little they would do. And therefore, they would walk away. And then we would carefully look round the corner to ensure that they're gone. And then the extremely violent fight would resume. In other words, people are fighting, but they do not want people to know, at least most people to know, that they're fighting. Yeah, that's what used to happen in primary school days. However, of course, this is national politics, not primary school scuffles. So that was just an illustration. Because make no mistake about it, the president's remarks in Gikuyu were crystal clear. Yeah, and no amount of counter statements from whatever sources can change what the president said. You know, these days with modern technology, things are much better for the people of Kenya. In the old days when it was only newspapers, it was very easy for politicians to come out and say, the press misquoted me. Yeah, these people are not very clever. They misquoted me. They didn't understand what I said. And by the way, when they're saying that, all the newspapers, Nation, Standard, wrote the same thing. Yeah, had the same thing. But then come Monday, because normally most of this drama happens over weekends, since time immemorial. Come Monday, there's a strong denial. I was misquoted. Then journalists started carrying around tape recorders, to tape voices of politicians. Still, that did not work, because the politicians who have a platform were very loud in complaining they were misquoted, and yet what they said was clear. So, let us try very quickly, to break this down and find out exactly what is happening here. And we should start with a question. Why would a politician want to recant, deny what they actually said the world over? Why would a politician want to do that? Now, usually, the answer is to protect the perception, which is very important for a politician, to protect the perception the greater public have about them. Yes, of course, there are few people, including journalists, people in the media, who will know the truth. However, the public will be left in doubt. The media is saying this, the politician is saying no. So who are we going to believe? There'll be what is called plausible deniability. Yeah, you're denying, people are not sure, but also there's no evidence to prove which side is telling the truth. There is no clear evidence as far as the mwananchi in the rural areas on the ground is concerned. But of course, a few Kenyans, a small percentage of the population, have access to YouTube, and they're able to tune in to that particular meeting, and they're able to listen with their own ears exactly what that politician said. But that doesn't matter. What matters is the greater public. The long and short of what I'm saying is that there's a furious battle, a political battle going on. And the players, the participants in this battle, at least one of the sides, does not want people to know that there's a battle going on. And there's more we need to consider. When the president spoke to the Akorino community and spoke in Gikuyu, the message was targeted at a certain group of Kenyans. It was not for all Kenyans. That should be clear now. Now, if you want to get an idea of what group precisely was being targeted by these Gikuyu comments, then consider the following. There's a statement which has been released very soon after Sunday's dramatic events, to the effect that the principals, the handshake principals, are going to start touring Central Province. Now, regulars on this channel will already know that as far as the handshake principals touring Central Province together is concerned, there's a problem. At least 2 planned rallies have been postponed, cancelled. So now this statement has come out that the handshake principals are going to start touring Central Province. Clearly, the president's message was targeted at Central Province only. Okay? And we all know what is happening in Central Province. The deputy president has made serious inroads. Or if we can put it another way, the deputy president has made inroads that are so serious, that they've rubbed up the handshake principles the wrong way. The inroads are so serious that a tour of Central Province by President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga is not, or is no longer, business as usual. So the message was targeted at Central Province, and specifically those who may imagine or want to imagine that they will give any kind of support to those not focusing on development, but instead are politicking. And this politicking has spread into Central Province. That is really what it is. And as far as ODM is concerned, this confirms that the principles, the latest statement that they were misquoted, confirms that the principles were taken completely by surprise, which is what we said on this channel in an earlier video. And the truth is, they have gotten their message across. And what message is that? That they're getting very impatient, completely impatient and fed up with the DP Ruto camp within Jubilee. You will remember what the ODM politicians told the president in Kisumu on Friday during the funeral of the mother of the Kisumu governor, Professor Anyang' Nyong'o. They said that they had followed their leader. They had laid down their arms, political arms. They had laid down resist. They had laid down a national resistance movement, at least within the ODM fold. Miguna seems to be running the same outfit on his own. But as far as ODM is concerned, they have downed their weapons. And therefore, what they were telling the president, it seems some people within Jubilee have not done the same. And of course, these people within Jubilee are talking about only one thing. 2022, the Uhuru Kenyatta succession. Therefore, the jab from the ODM side within the handshake was, why don't you name a successor? So that this nonsense of the other wing within Jubilee ends. That is really what the ODM legislators were saying. But of course now they are saying they did not say it. They did not under any circumstances ask the president to name his successor. That is a creation of the press, according to ODM. Yeah. Siasa imepamba moto Kenya ama ijapamba moto? You know, ordinarily when things get hot, you use all means possible. Yeah, including telling lies at midday. Somebody once told me that it's better to tell lies at night. Yeah, people may not be sure if they see your straight face, yeah, or you're blinking, or your shifty eyes when you're telling the lie. But you tell a lie in broad daylight, under the midday sun, yeah, not caring about your shifty eyes. That is serious, yeah, and it is all a reflection of just how intense this political battle is getting. Well, at least it tells us one thing, yeah. Kenyans were expecting, after Sunday's outburst, that this battle, yeah, between the handshake team, Team Kieleweke, and Team Tangatanga, especially where the principles of Team Kieleweke are concerned, or the principles of the handshake, would now come out into the open. Well, after the release of the statements from State House and from the ODM party, clearly we are not yet there. And what Kenyans should expect is more guesswork, is to be put more, yeah, into the guesswork game. Yeah, as battles go on, fights go on, and the people involved in the fight do not want Kenyans to know that there's even a fight going on. And therefore, deny is going to be the order of the day. And I think we're going to hear more statements about the media misquoting politicians. Although this time, unlike in the 70s and 80s, hawana bahati. Yeah, because we have instant video. We have video facility in phones. People take videos. There's YouTube. You can look for that video and listen carefully and even watch them, plus their body language. What that politician said that is now denying he did not say. You know, back to the primary school example I gave you. One day, there was a very serious fight. And the same game was played. A teacher came and the teacher was told, no, there's no fight here. We're just playing. But then what ended up happening is that one of the boys involved in the fight got so bloodied. I mean, blood was oozing out of his nose. He had a very serious black eye. That the next day, when we came into class, the teacher just took one look at that boy and said, so-and-so plus so-and-so. Can you follow me to the headmaster's office immediately? In other words, the fighting got so intense that it could no longer be hidden, yeah, from the teacher. In the same way, the political battle going on in Kenya at the moment, in my view, is getting so intense, yeah, that despite people denying, it can no longer be hidden. What? What will happen next? Anyway, I'll keep you posted. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.